I was a Kingston 14 boy. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice. Looking back, way back into my life and where I'm coming from, I can see clearly that the Lord was always by my side. I am blessed. For without the Lord by my side, no way I could make it this far. I am blessed. There are many in this world that speak of heroes that are past and gone. But I know I am a hero, a living hero. I am blessed. Although this is just an album, I would like to share some of my life story with you. Starting with my mother and father. My father is from Barbados. My mother is from Clarendon in Jamaica. My father always loved the town. My mother loved the country, but I learned to live with it. Looking back, at the age of 3 years old, I had a very bad accident. My father was working at the Kaiser Backside Company in Manchester. At the end of the week, my father would came home back to Maypen on a Friday night. My mother would go to meet my father at the bus stop in Maypen town. So my mother would took me along with her to meet my father. In those days, cars were not plenty, so we would have to walk back home. On the road that night, my father put me on his shoulder. This Friday night, the bus came home very late. While going home on the road that night, a pickup truck with one light, coming so fast, it done my mother and father from behind. It did not stop. I fell so far on the left side down in the bushes. However, the Lord put me back on the road that night. It was dark, no light on the road, and while crying, I must have turned the other way on the road. A dog coming towards me while I was crying, barking. Someone come out from a yard and see me crying. The dog run up and down the road. Someone followed the dog on the road and found my mother and father lying on the road, not talking. Someone get the police and took us to the Lionel Town Hospital. Please remember this. This is just an album. You'll get the rest of the story in the book very soon. I am blessed. I am a Kingston 14 boy. You could always find me at Regent Street, Kingston 14, and 10 Nelson Road and Maxwell Avenue, Kingston 13. Although my father lost his sight along the way from accident, he bought me my first bicycle at the age of 14 years old. I was always there for him, taking him all over the town, where he want to go. He always carry a white stick in his hand. One of the places he loved to go was the Gold Tobacco Factory on Waterloo Road. I know that I am blessed. I become one of the fastest rider on bicycle around town at Mr. Levy's place on Regent Street. You would find lots of blind people coming in and out. I always like some of the things they do. They can do lots of things. They can always carry on. While going on, I would always at Christmas time come and get gifts for them around town. One day at the age of 16 going 17, my father called me by his side and said, "Son, I want to set you free. Having me around is keeping you back. Please take me down to the country to stay with my wife and the others. You can be a free man growing up." So I took my father home and he said, "The Lord bless you, my son, for all you have done for me." So I returned to Kingston. But as I look around, I had more responsibility. I was not free. But I tried to do my best for them. Sometimes I long to see my father. Next morning I jump on my bicycle and ride to the country. But so many drivers on the road, they would not allow me to ride to the country. Bus and truck would stop when they saw me riding on the road. So I started riding out to Harbor View. There I meet some of the great men, like Pat Easton, the great Mr. Simpson, the great Mr. Chambers, and the great Bajan Palace Amusement Company, and many more. The great Club Havana at Rockfort, you will find me some of the night. I am blessed. Sometimes I wonder how I do it. One day Mr. Chambers said to me, "I want you to work at the Grace Kennedy warehouse at Harbor Street." So I started working there. After a few months, I run into the great Pat Easton. He said to me, "I was looking around for you. I am starting up a new car mart on Beechwood Avenue, and I want you to work with me there." I am now 18 years of age. One day, Mr. Easton said to me, "You are working among so many cars. You should be a driver." So I got my driver's license, and I was among some of the Jamaican best drivers at Beechwood Motors. I never had to ride to the country again. Now I can drive. But I never left out my blind friends. I always go and look for them till time take them away. I become so famous at Beechwood Motors. In the evening after work, Mr. Pat Easton would come to me and said, "Please stay back and meet some of my friends." They would take and have a drink, and I would take out a car to get their drinks for them. One of their favorite drinks was the Silver Top. That's where I got my name from, Silver Top. Men would meet there after work to have their drinks. Soon Mr. Pat Hastings started out at Port Royal, Morgan's Harbor. I was the #1 man there. Some of the fastest boat race that run out there, I was always into it with some of the top men from Northern Java. I was responsible for their boat. I run into the great John Elliott. When you wanted engine for your boat or parts in Jamaica, just come to John Elliott to buy parts there. He was the number one. One evening, I worked late, I was on the boat. Mr. John Elliott come to me and said, "Mr. Griffiths, I want you to go over to King Street sometimes to help them over there." But I said to him, "Sir, I have too much work on me. I can't take on anymore." But within 1 hour, Mr. Patty come to me and said, "Silvertop, please give Mr. John Elliott a few hours daily, starting from 2 hours. So I got down off the boat and I said to myself, can one man have so much work on him to do? I knew it would take me a long time to drive around to Kingston. So I called one of the workers to take me across on the boat. We have lots of fast boats, and within minutes I would be in Kingston at King Street. Within minutes I would be underground working on engine. That's where we work until time is up. I would run fast to catch a boat to Port Royal. The ferry was too slow. Sometimes I would catch a police boat. Sometimes one of our boat would come along. I was very busy working. Soon a message come to me that my father have passed away in the country. I work with Patty and John Elliott for some times. Very soon, Mr. John Elliott left to the Cayman Islands, buy lots of houses and land over there. I left too to the Cayman Islands. I work at the St. George's Free School and church, driving the school bus for a long time. In 2004, Hurricane Ivan destroyed the Cayman Islands. There I swim for my life. There I lost everything. Please remember this, I told you, this is just an album. You'll get the rest of the story in the book. And now I end up on the World Wide Web. I know I'm blessed. I was a Kingston 14 boy. I was a Kingston 14 boy.